What's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy Next Gen 720, and I am back with another video. I normally don't do videos like this, but for those who don't know, I'm a huge, huge boxing fan. I've been boxing, competing since the age of 8. I've won 7, tournaments and stuff. But that's neither here nor there. But like I said, for boxing to be a big globally sports, it's a very small knit circle. So you have a lot of times you hear what goes along in gyms. Um, I believe, and like I said, it was in Chicago that Ronda Rousey was up there, working, and she was sparring with Holly Holmes, and Holly Holmes stopped her a few times sparring. You know what I mean? Um, for those who know, Holly Holmes is several time world kickboxing champion and boxing champion. We all know who Ronda Rousey was, and I've been telling people, anybody from this side of Hampton, Mississippi, that Holly Holmes, if they stay up, if Ronda Rousey doesn't get her down on the ground, then Holly Holmes will beat the shit out of her. And what happened tonight was that Ronda Rousey's ego got the best of her. She tried to outbox a boxer. She tried to outstrike her. That is not her game. Now she's good with her hands for those women that she fight that are not, hands with how you say good with their hands, good on their feet. See, the problem is Holly Holmes knows how to control the distance. Keyword: the distance. She knows how to get enough space between her punches and her kicks. Because if you don't know how to do that effectively, you're smothering your punches. And Ronda Rousey, kept running into that right and that left all day. Now, Ronda Rousey was able to get Holly Holmes on the ground. Then she escaped it. Second round, thing again. Well, she ended up finishing Ronda Rousey basically with a kick to the neck, knocked her out. A little overkill, and she got on top of pounded her out a little bit. But that was because all lead up to this fight here, and I'm not a big fan of MMA. I don't like the old wrestling and stuff, and it's not my thing. I know it takes skill and technique. I like to say, I blame boxing as a gentleman's sport. I knock you down. I'm gentleman enough to let you get up to defend yourself. You know what I mean? You in the MMA, you ever say you knock them down, you hop on top and beat the shit out of them. It's a very, very dangerous sport. You know what I mean? But I like boxing because the knockouts come. The quickest way to someone's chin is a straight line. You know what I mean? Not a kick all the way up. It's a straight line straight to the chin. Easy knockout. I mean, that's why you get so many knockouts in boxing. Then, as far as the MMA, you get a lot of submissions in there. Like I said, it's a brutal sport. I like boxing because, like I said, it's a gentleman's sport. If I knock you down, I'm gentleman enough to let you get up to defend yourself, and whatever the case may be. But as I was saying, I think this loss for Ronda Rousey is going to be good for her because she got too big headed. Instead of worrying about her opponent, Holly Holmes, and which, like I said, they sprawled numerous times, and I've heard this before that Holly Holmes was dusting her ass off in sparring. Don't get me wrong, sparring is not fighting, but you understand what I'm saying. Holly Holmes is a far superior boxer. She's a champion and a kickbox champion. You know what I mean? But going into this fight, Ronda Rousey has so much to say about Floyd Mayweather this, and Floyd that, and I'm going to be undefeated. All that instead of worrying about your opponent. You know what I mean? That's you stay in the headlines worried about what Floyd's doing, and that's no. You got to worry about your important. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, about your opponent. And she not saying I'm gonna say that she overlooked her, but that was her thing. Like, she thought she was gonna be able to get Holly Holmes on the ground and then submit her because even though Holly Holm had a few MMA fights or whatever the case may be, but when it comes to the ground game, Ronda Rousey is way far more advanced than her. He has more experience. But Ronda Rousey, even if you look at a couple of the interviews, she was talking about that she dare Holly Holmes to sit up there and go and trade blow for blow because Ronda Rousey is extremely heavy-handed. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna tell you guys something. A lot of times when a person gets knocked out, is by a punch they don't see or a punch or kick they don't see. A lot of Ronda Rousey, I'm sorry, punches are looped and over, not correctly. You know what I mean? Not straight. You know what I mean? Not straight. You know what I mean? When everything she throws, she loops, she lunges. So 9 times out of 10, your body sees that. So I'm not saying that punch may not hurt you, but you're able to tense up and you'll be able to weather the storm a little better. You know what I mean? Not saying that punch, that long wide bow may not knock you out, may not hurt you, but you stand a better chance of surviving it because your body sees it, so you're able to tense up and to be able to get ready for embrace the blow. A lot of times you may see a fight or a boxing, whatever match, like damn, he got knocked out. It didn't even look that hard. It only takes about 2 pounds of pressure to render any man unconscious. Here it is, you have your brain floats around in fluid. You know what I mean? All you need is just to float around and it lights us off, you know what I mean? And she did get Holly Holmes on the ground. She was able to escape round two. Like it's crazy as hell. Like the way that she controlled her distance. You know what I mean? Like you literally used her hands and her feet. You know what I mean? And picked her apart. You know what I mean? But she was so dead on. I'm going to out muscle. I'm going to out tough you instead of using this right there. She was beat before she even came in the ring. Like I told you before, Holly Holmes used to, I didn't see it personally, but word around the campfire that Holly Holmes used to spank Ronda Rousey's ass in sparring. You said black eye, busting those fuck up, you know what I mean? This is what this woman does. She's been training for this for years since she was a kid. I believe I'm not her father's a pastor or a preacher or something. And the same thing with Ronda Rousey. Woman's a weapon. She's been doing jiu-jitsu, whatever. All these years. You've seen how she does 99.9% of her knockouts. She comes within like the first 2 minutes. She flips them over and submits them. You know what I mean? Have you never really seen her with a hand? What the last fight she had with the girl against the cage? You know what I mean? She was able to, pound the guard out. But if you got a slick box in there that's able to control their distance and, it's not going to succumb to the first big blow you throw. Like, you had to sit like it was like literally, you know what I mean? And like I said, I'm not a big fan of the MMA, but it's like she looked like a novice out there. And you've seen it, that when it came to the hands, with her hands, Ronda Rousey couldn't do a thing with her. And she had her out there looking like a rag doll. Like she kept running into a boop, 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 boop. You know what I mean? And then right before the fight was over, she went to rush her and clinch with her. And I think she underestimated to Holly Holm's strength because she just threw her off like a rag doll. When she got up, she kicked the dead inside of the neck. Bang! You know what I mean? She wasn't close up on her. She controlled the distance. Now, had she been closer, that kick wouldn't have had that type of effect because she would have smothered it. If you guys go back and see the fight, look at the punches that Holly Holmes will in. And a lot of you guys, you don't box as I'm trying to, or don't have any experience with it. But I'm trying to explain it to you in layman's terms. What about controlling your distance? You know what I mean? Getting to the full extent of your punches. You know what I mean? If you're left-handed, if you're right-handed, you fight with your left hand in the front, which is your jab hand, and you keep your power hand in the right. For those of you that are not taught, the sweet science in the street, naturally you fight like this, like a southpaw with your right hand in the front, like one of his bone. Like, that's how southpaws fight. Right foot in the front with with their right hand in the front. This is your jab hand. You're supposed to keep your power hand in the back, because your power hand would hurt much more coming from back here than it would from right here as a jab. You understand what I'm saying? Like, once you're taught, these type of things. But I didn't like this. I like I said, I was trying. I don't know. Like, I don't know too many people that do the MMA thing. I was trying to get a bet, but I was just talking to my man Ishmael. You know what I mean? And shout out. If it wasn't so late, I'll call him. I have him live on this video. We was talking, but it was like, yo, we said the same thing. If Ronda Rousey, doesn't get Holly on the ground, Holly gonna beat the shit out of this girl. And and it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? I like I said, she like I said when I'm quite sure now where everybody knows who Holly Holmes is, and just put her name in the YouTube. You just look at some of her fights. The girl can box her ass off. White girl, she can box. You know what I mean? And you know, man, I didn't even know. Like I said, she was doing the kickboxing thing. Look at this. I saw her training leading up to this fight because I thought, like, damn, she's going straight from boxing and getting here for a paycheck. You know what I mean? But she had a extensive kickboxing background. I was like, oh, she's gonna be alright. You know what I mean? Around the rounds, yeah, she's very strong, very durable. You know what I mean? But the problem with round the rounds, she let this fame and all this stuff go to her head. You know, she's on the. They even put her in the front of the fucking the ring magazine. That's for boxers. You know what I mean? But she's riding high. You know what I mean? Which is cool. I'm not even anyone success. But every other second, she got Floyd Mayweather name in her house in her mouth. She got Fighter of the Year, and then she left a comment like she never thought Floyd never thought he'd get beat by a woman, and so much she had knocked Floyd out, this, that, and the other. But all you guys remember thinking that Ronda Rousey would knock Floyd Mayweather out. Now you understand what I'm saying? You know, like with like there's nothing that MMA fighter can do with a boxer with their hands. If they don't try to get him on the ground, if you I'll get away from it, then what? You know what I mean? With striking, like that's crazy. She went out there and tried to outstrike her and got knocked out. You know what I mean? But the most important thing is no one was hurt. Thank God for that. Like I said, I just don't like to see women. Like I said, I don't want to knock anyone's womanhood, but that MMA is so rough because she knew she was knocked out from that kick. That woman felt like a rag doll. That's one thing I don't like about MMA because a lot of people can get hurt. Just had that guy Pritchard. That's his name, Pritchard, not Richard. Pritchard Cologne, boxing MPBC, Al Heyman thing. He's in a coma right now. You know what I mean? Didn't even look like it was that hard of a witch couple. Had that been boxing and she got hit like that and it felt like that right away, that it waved that off. MMA, they give you that extra time to go. Someone's unconscious, can't defend themselves. What the hell are they doing? You know, that woman felt like a damn rad dog out there. But anyway, this is your boy Next Gen 720, little tidbit. If you're into MMA, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Bang, bang.